Welcome to Southern Crime, a new podcast where we look at different crimes from the South. The more twists and turns, the better. This podcast discusses serious crimes and is meant for those 18 years and older. Listener discretion is advised. Please consider a donation through listener support to help us keep things going. And while you're here, please hit that like and subscribe and leave a comment below. So, Alec Murdaugh. It's everywhere, y'all. He appeared back in court yesterday, and Judge Clifton Newman, who is an at-large judge in the South Carolina Circuit Court, denied him bail after reviewing the psychiatric evaluation. So there you go. He said the evaluation confirms he is a danger to himself and to the community. If you remember, Murdaugh is facing charges in both an alleged botched suicide scheme so that his surviving son could collect on a $10 million life insurance policy, and also for pocketing the $3.4 million settlement from his housekeeper Gloria Satterfield's trip and fall at his home. He is being held in Richland County and will stay there until trial at this point. This was the hearing they were returning from this hearing after the October 19th hearing for bond, and that one was when Judge Newman ordered the psychiatric evaluation. He also heard from an officer from SLED, which is South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, noted that more charges could be coming as the agency continues investigating the 2015 roadside death of Stephen Smith and the actual cause of Gloria Satterfield's death, among several other financial fraud allegations. So the psychiatric evaluation that Judge Newman referred to was dated October 22nd, 2021, so just a few days after that. Newman's actual quote is, "After considering the arguments of counsel, the evaluation submitted, pending charges and other investigations, and the apparent character and mental condition of the defendant, the court finds that the defendant is a danger both to himself and the community." The results of the psychiatric evaluation have not been made public. The attorneys for Gloria Satterfield's family said they have not seen the report. What they said was, while we have not seen the required psychiatric evaluation of Alec Murdaugh, we really do not need to. Since the original bond hearing, Alec Murdaugh has taken financial actions which clearly show that he has no respect for the judicial process, legitimate creditors, and victims of his criminal activities, and that the ordinary rules do not apply to him. Their statement goes on to say, "These financial transactions and how they were manipulated by Alec Murdaugh and those close to him show that in addition, he represents a flight risk. The judicial system continues to work as intended regarding Alec Murdaugh, and the Satterfields have confidence that with the installation of the court-appointed receiver and continued oversight by judges like Judge Newman, Alec Murdaugh will no longer be receiving favorable treatment, but will be drinking from the same cup of justice that every other charged criminal in the state drinks from." They said that Newman continues to exercise the correct judicial temperament in connection with the nature of the pending charges and Alec Murdaugh's clear and present danger to the community and to himself. This case and the crimes are unique. Ordinary bond rules are not applicable in our view. So there you go. Harpoot Leon, which is one of Alec Murdaugh's lawyers, said he's also a state representative. "We think that he's entitled to bond under the Constitution and the statutes, and we're examining our options at this point." Maybe they didn't read the psychiatric report either. Between the October hearing and Newman's decision Tuesday night, a different judge had moved to freeze assets for Alec and his surviving son Buster. In appointing receivers to manage Murdaugh's finances, Judge Daniel Hall sided with Mark Tinsley, an attorney suing on behalf of the family of 19-year-old Mallory Beach, who was killed in a crash on Murdaugh's boat, which prosecutors said his late son, Paul Murdaugh, was driving while intoxicated and underage in February 2019. Last week, a Hampton County grand jury handed down indictments for Alec Murdaugh and alleged hitman Curtis Smith, amplifying criminal charges already filed in connection to the alleged botched suicide shooting that occurred along a rural road Labor Day weekend. South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson, a Republican, announced the new indictments on Thursday. I'm not sure why it matters that he's a Republican, but that's what it was reported. In September, a Hampton County judge set Murdaugh's bond at just $20,000. Hampton County is where he was from, or is from. That's where the law firm of 100 years has been. He owns many properties in Hampton, or a couple of properties within Hampton County, and Beaufort, and I guess it would be a couple of properties within Beaufort, one property or two properties within Hampton. It was already appearing when I was looking at properties that properties were starting to get hidden. He was released on just his own recognizance, allowed to travel to out-of-state rehabilitation facilities in Atlanta and Orlando to treat a 2-decade-old opioid addiction that was supposedly worsened after the still unsolved June 7th murders of his wife Maggie and their 22-year-old son Paul. Alex Murdaugh therefore spent weeks out of custody until he was arrested again in Florida in October on new charges connected to the Satterfield's settlements. Now, the law firm PMPED is doing a full forensic accounting of the all of the law firm's books. The receivers that have been appointed are able to submit subpoenas and to be able to get all of the documents. So they will be going through everything with a fine-tooth comb. And I hope that Murdaugh really is going to be treated like everybody else. So that is all I have on this. We will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.